Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdia series of When the World Stopped Making Sense here on the Lord Master channel. And this is episode 10, and this may come to you as a surprise because some of you are thinking, it's like, you had a series on the Sogdians? Yes. The last episode I posted was way back on May 7th of 2021, earlier this year. And there is a reason why have I not come back to this series until now. Well, plenty of things. One, I got some unfinished business regarding, how the way this series took a hiatus about the rise of the Turks and how we decided to swear fealty to them because they were a very powerful realm. And then we thought, well, let's be loyal vassals to them, as knowing that they'll be expanding west, east, north, and south, anywhere. Now, we might as well work under them, and maybe one day we will regain Sogdian independence whenever the Turks have weakened themselves. Turk, also known as the Celestial Turks or the Sky Turks or whatever they call themselves. Yep, those are our new overlords now. For those of you who have not seen the Sogdian series early on, I suggest you go check it out on the Crusader Kings 2 When the World Stopped Making Sense. It's in its initials. Sogdia series, where the first 9 episodes were very, very fascinating, especially under the reign of this man, Sultan Fereedun. By the way, we're using the Sultan term because the Turkish cultures are overlord. The proper Sogdian language of it is Ekshid. So, for a little bit of respect, Ekshid Fereedun I. Yes, he died as soon as I was checking a few things, and he just died a natural death right at that moment of the day, and I decided, okay, we're going to record here. So, again, Ekshid Fereedun I has ascended to heaven at age 60. He died a natural death. A talkative person and a sensible host, Fereedun was renowned across the realm for his welcoming and cheerful attitude. To be honest, that does not sound like him. What that man was is he was a military man. He was a defender and a desert expert because of his combat experience. Yes, he was a child of a concubine and uncouth due to that warrior lifestyle that he lived in, as they called him, the Fearless. Yes, he was a kinslayer because murdered on the orders. He murdered his uncle. Yes, there was a controversy like. He was brave, deceitful, zealous, patient, chaste. He'd also lost a hand and lost a leg during his, especially under the rivalry with this man, Dulun, he was a Xanate. Lost an eye, lost a leg. He was a adventurer who settled. And I have the light. Yeah, he was not a nice man. Would get killed by him eventually. Because there was this rivalry that he's largely remembered for. As great as he was what we called him the Sogdian Patriot. He loved his country very, very much. And he was very, very unwelcoming to a particular foreigner for what he did. So, yes, yes, my brother Zardost died in the dungeons because of him. Well, let's not dwell on that too much, because, again, he died a natural death, and although he lived long enough to see the day of the rise of this liege, the Khagan of Turan, supposed to be the Turk Khaganate. Yes, he's new onto the scene. Wants to revoke the Beyabelek of Samarkand, and kind of want to make sure that We get him on this good side. As long as he doesn't do anything that I would forever regret, because he's a powerful entity. I know he's going to fight wars for it since he doesn't have much domain and he kind of wants more land for himself. And all that. So again, we will never forget Fereedun, even if he devastated his own country in a Sogdian civil war because of his personal rivalry. But now, here's Fereedun II, being both thrifty and frugal. The realm will surely prosper under his rule. Long live the Ekshid, who's wearing his military uniform now, as he's inherited 2 wars from his father. 2 of which are border dispute wars. Yes, border dispute wars. And he is currently betrothed to, in 2 years' time. Well, actually next year, because birthday, she'll turn 15. Next year he will get married to a Zoroastrian who is of a CK2, which is a smaller sect, largely practices in the northern fringe of the Iranian culture, as she's a Khwarezmian, worshipping the legendary hero CK2 as a god. And the sect is heavily influenced by local pagan traditions and theology. And that's the reason why he wanted to marry, because of the fertility. He would like to have children of his own. He's 23 years old, he's relatively young. Yeah, I got a lot of issues with that man. Hopefully we don't come to blows. Hope we don't come to blows. But we're gathering an army in Nowruz in order to, fight against 2 armies there, including one that's currently besieging Bukhara right now. And of course, once we dealt with those 2, can't wait to go do a lot of things. But unfortunately, that plot power is up there. So if I was me, why did you say if I was me? That's how you were saying. Is that if I were you? But if I was me, I would go for an intrigue focus. Try to lower his plot power and stop any backers in doing so. Would be nice to make a friend as well. Unfortunately, since that man knows a little of everything, Mary should spy on him. But again, he's been around for about 2 years. Relatively new onto the scene. He'll be the loyalist. And I see you all have issues with me. And why is that? It's only my spy master and my Moipat. Should replace him. Hectorios the Massalian. I don't know about him. But I'm putting you there because you are most skilled. While we sent to Khagan to prolytize just to try to convince the Liege and anybody in his court to convert to our faith, Kodamazta. and as well as improving diplomatic relations with him. Didn't I already name him Marshal? Sogdia. You did. Anyways. And since my father just died, before I will take command of troops, since it's going to be a long day's march, I must perform a sky burial. I could bury my predecessor by leaving the body outside to be consumed by nature. It's a Zoroastrian tradition. As my father is there, it falls on me to take him to the mountains. He will be offered to the birds of prey, and death. He will generously share his flesh with all living creatures. May his spirit soar into the heavens. I shall take him to the mountains myself. The sky burial is prepared. And don't forget to choose your patron angel, personal patron from the Amesha Spentas of the Zoroastrian faith. I should dedicate myself to a particular angel and let their power inform my rule. Trying to think. Well, you're working on intrigue more, and you'll be a schemer a bit. So, I think you should go for Vohumana, the good mind. So now I'm equipped with the Sogdian battle axe. And also have this splint mail armor. And got all these trade goods inherited from the father. Decorated books, important documents. Great sword of Sogdiana. And the skull trophy. But again, we mainly get it from Samarkand and Bukhara. Oh, and also that from Basalagun with the flax fields. Another reason why we want to expand up there. This has an incense workshop. I'm not a member of the Great Trade League, but I will be. Plus the influence is pretty high. So, again, I am an apprentice trader, Midas touched. The market hasn't crashed yet. I've received your letter about your interest in joining our Great Trade League. You must know that we don't care about what you believe in or what you are entitled to. We care about what we can achieve for ourselves by ourselves. Do you agree to be seen as our equal, even if it means being shunned by people that will believe that you are breaking a class barrier? If you are, let's trade symbolically. Let's trade. Good start. But again, he was an apprentice trader, as he was an apprentice under his father, who was a member of the Great Trade League, but he never accomplished his ultimate goal, as he was more concerned about military matters. For me, I'm pretty good martial skill-wise, but that can't be guaranteed every time. So that's why I'm more interested about spying. First against my new liege, and then those within the council that do not cooperate with me very much. And they may become an issue and a liability on the way. I am zealous to the Kurmaster faith, and this is a reminder for you viewers. For those of you who did not watch the first 9 episodes of Sogdia, this is the Kurmaster faith. Is a syncretic form of Zoroastrianism which was practiced among the Sogdians. It mixes Zoroastrianism with Hinduism, Buddhism, various pagan traditions. Aside from Kurmazda, lesser deities from Weshpakar, god of wind, are worshipped and made offerings, usually in the form of small statues. The high goddess Sarvana. The other god names include Kurmazda, Weshpakar, Wishagun, and Nanaya. And the evil god names are Ariman and Angramainu, the evil spirit, the angry spirit. And the scriptures is the goddess. While we only know some about the Kurmazda, it's basically Sogdian Zoroastrianism is how I often described it as. I mean, the faith is pretty widespread. Even when we helped this Chuya here to get their Khaganate and spread the good faith across. And one day we're trying to get rid of the Manichaeanism in the area and replace it with Kurmazda. So yes, it's outside of Orthodox Zoroastrianism. And this is where the Sogdians lived. That's their homeland. Sogdiana, and then there's Sogdiana. I am the heir to the Balasagun tribe. Down here. Chief, this. In case something bad happens to me, this is an elective monarchy. It's been that way since the beginning of this series. Guess my old infirm uncle, he'd be chosen. But again, we are a tolerant kind of people. And there's a notable status of women where women are allowed to take positions in a council, except leading armies. Should be for infantry. Whenever the war is over, those two wars over, we'll hold a Sogdian Fair. As per tradition, whenever you have a lot of money and time. And of course, you gotta appoint a domain overseer, which you do have plenty of money of that, so might as well. After much political bickering below my station, the council presented 3 choices from which to pick the next domain overseer to take care of the stability of the provinces. I know that I should not only look at the stats of each candidate, but also at their education traits and their relationship with me. Which one would I pick? Not him. Not him. I don't know about you, but you seem to be ambitious, hard workers, so one of the best men of the court. You have the job. As you are my Bozog Vamada, and he's also the Varam of Ugut. Bozog Vamada is the chancellor. Oh, and also I could choose a patron deity from the lesser deities of the Zavanan faith. I should dedicate myself to a particular deity so I may rule more effectively. Desi would bless the realm with wealth, while Pan would bring me good fortune. Nanaya, the goddess of fertility, would ensure my dynasty never ends. You see. That may work. I mean, fertility, don't worry about that, knowing who I'm going to be married to. Choosing any of these as a personal deity would be a testament to my piety. Weshpaka, the god of wind, both creates and destroys. Wishagun, god of victory, would guide my armies in battle, and Survan, the eternal god of time, would offer me divine wisdom. I know my father probably loved Wishagun, if memory serves me correct. But I will go for Pan, God of Fortune. More prestige for me. Drops the stewardship a bit, which I got plenty of. But intrigue up, which would help me for the spying. As I'm in the middle of that right now. And speaking of the middle of something, have to take my father up to the mountains now. Before I will go out and perform my duties. And also perhaps you should also take weapon training. I've decided to invest a significant portion of my time to hone my combat skills. My training could be approached from two different angles though. This is Nithan. He's a duelist. He has situational awareness, and he's a dour duelist. Well, I'm not a military man. I mean, I do have good skills of that. Thanks to, inherited from father. Knowing what he was a patriot. I'll take my time and measure my effort. So I will train with caution and avoid placing my body under severe strain. Results of the training will take longer on average and be less prone to injury. The older I am, the higher the chances for injury. So that's another drop of it. Plus, I may get yeah, that'll lower my diplomacy, which isn't going to be good to anybody. But do what you gotta do. And hopefully make a friend or two. As I only have one rival. And it's this man from... He's a spymaster of the Varman Kingdom. Court physician of Kamarup. The commander and trade master there. A Manichaean. So he lives in India. Anyways. I trust that Snoops and Sneaks will keep a very close eye on the activities of Khagan of Turan. A close eye indeed. Wonder what secrets he's hiding. Thank goodness I didn't drop it because I dedicated myself to Vohum and offer that. I recently inherited an item from my father. It's probably seen better days, Master, the guard tells me before continuing. We're sorry to bother you with this, we just weren't sure to get rid of it or not. What? Sack of grain? Rewards are sometimes expensive, but for some other reason I'll have something to look it over. It's a trade good. It'll be useful for the trade league. Our liege, the great Khagan of the Turan, has in his great wisdom decided to adopt the Hindu faith. Hinduism? As his court Acharya, I would suggest you consider doing the same. I spit on your gods. I say that because the character is zealous. Keep that well in mind. After reaching the mountains, I carefully place the body in what I deem a good location. I can already hear the vultures soaring above me as I perform necessary rituals. We start to make our way back down. It doesn't take long until the vultures begin to tear at the flesh with both beak and claw. We are with Nanaya now. Hinduism. Hinduism. I guess those from the Gupta realm probably sent that over there. Probably he was the one that sent it there and that occurred. And you want me to be the chancellor? Well, it could work for me in my favor. One would think. Yeah. Well, you failed in your task. What now? See to if you can convert the Manichaeans of Bahara, since you have the skill. And you say I hold too many duchies. We see. Fereedun II, Sogdiana. Yeah, this thing is useless, so get rid of it. I'll spend the procedures to destroy this title. I'll be better Samarkand because that's replaced with Sogdiana. That was so long ago. Alright, coming to lead the army. I'll take the right flank. Two of the best of the best. Here. Fortunately, as an organizer, we can get there pretty fast. Even though this is an older map version of Crusader Kings 2. No, thank you. You know, my combat rating's rather low, but I ought to be careful. Balambar was captured in battle and is now my prisoner. And have can't recruit him. You want this, do you, Duchess? Well, don't let me keep you. Okay, he dropped this plot. Okay, I can ask the Overseer to plan a mission. My Overseer stands in front of me with plans to perform a conspiracy in one of my restless provinces. The plan points to the infiltration of local rebel leadership and the further manipulation of the malcontents from within. The plan is skillful, and after looking at my assets in the province, seem to stand a real chance to succeed. I think about the overall scheme again. Go ahead and provide the full political support, even though I think you will screw that up because of your low intrigue. What did I tell you? We're just gonna take this one area and war will be over. I found nothing new and useful about the Khagan of Turan. As my shaded form of one, there's nothing preventing me from making stuff up. The bigger the line. He has an imaginary friend named called Papa. People are such gullible fools. Yes, they are. Again, the deceitful trait. Manipulative, dishonest nature, an excellent trait for spy masters. There goes my diplomacy, which does no good to nobody regarding general opinion. So in a couple of years' time, you better switch that focus to, carousing. I don't think you want to be a master schemer. But go spy on someone else. Particularly the one who hates me the most. You. You unhappy man. Cousin? This is just that, I mean, there will be no non-aggression pact, no alliance. Unfortunately. Because it's not close kin. You'll become my new liege. But of course, I had to get rid of you. But you haven't done anything wrong. But instead I could plot to fabricate treason. Just to show him. Been here for 10 years. He'd be too dangerous to be left alive. This man leads a secret life as a prostitute in a brothel in Afrasiab. But keep in mind, Zoroastrians especially loathe deceitfulness in addition to they loathe chastity. But as a member of the Great Trade League, it would be better to have deceitful. All the Turkish are Hindus now. Praise to God. Thank you very much. We just stole this victory from them. Ha. Right on time. Yeah. No more. Good. Let's start making some money and do business. Our mission is simple but an important one: to amass all the world's wealth. While I know that you're a busy man conquering land lovers and land alike, we still expect you to do your share of the business for our great trade while focusing on your own. Tell me to focus on business, sure, but it's gonna be a couple of years from now. Oh, and also let's organize a smuggler operation since I have good stewardship and intrigue. Alright, more sacker grain. He felt he's been slandered. Again, that appalling diplomacy might be my downfall. Everybody's against me. Especially you. So let's order a great feast just to try to improve relations with the vassals of everybody, including my liege who really despises me. Oh, and by the way, since he became a Hindu, he established himself as Kshatriya. And he has become a zealous Hindu at that. Shepherd community in Samarkand can no longer sustain itself. This local natural resource is getting too scarce. The venture has run its course. It was profitable while it lasted. When I opened the door, I saw no one, but as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled and somersaulted and tumbled in. It all performs the sorts of tricks, and everyone watching exploded in applause when they finished. You would be perfect for my feast. Actually, you hold the phone right there. Actually, no. That'll be hard to get rid of. So is this man. Everybody was talking about the musicians, and finally had some time off from the preparations of my feast so I could see with my own eyes and hear with my own ears what the people was talking about. The musicians were good. They were looking for a patron. I want you to offer my patronage. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. Must purchase venison, pork, duck, spices, wine, and ale. Honey for the desserts, cheeses, and perhaps even a swan or a peacock. Spend on enough food to satisfy everyone's hunger. Thanks to my loyal spies, I found out that Varam of Olat is attempting to promote his vile heresies. She provided this information. I need to get rid of him. Get rid of those who are considered a danger to my rule. Especially if it's from a man of cloth who questions me about my chastity, and they loathe me with that deceitfulness, but I'm doing it for the trade league. You are not going to give your long, fulfilling life. Putting you in charge is being a heretic. Gotcha. Of course you can't get rid of him. But throwing him to the oubliette will do. And anything else you do is tyrannical. But off to the oubliette with you. As I said, no longer a danger to me. Unfortunately, everybody's mad at me. But I'll take the court decision. All because of deceitful and all that. So the real question is, who's next? Most of the preparations for the feast have been made. Now I have to send out the invitations. At least you're reasonable. This vassal of mine. Inbreeding is good. Okay. Now that man could be a danger. I'm spying on you. Long enough. But at least I'm an amateur schemer now. Thank you for your invitation, but I will not be able to attend your feast. In fact, I refuse to set my foot in the same castle as you. Well, I don't like you either. That's why I was spying on you. Is anybody coming to my feast? Except maybe the loyalist. Even though I thought he's an old man, but nope, he just happens to be a silver fox and a duelist too. But he'll be a loyal servant nonetheless for the next 5 years. Guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food, and the castle's never looked lovelier. Well, welcome to my feast. The musicians played and the guests danced. Made it certain that I danced with several persons. I think we're all great fun. One more dance. Silver tongue. So he greatly approves of the musicians. He approves. Keep looking. Everyone drinking or happy except Vazad, who refused more wine. This insulting gesture means he does not appreciate my hospitality. How dare you insult me? The last of the guests has returned home and everyone agreed it was this year's greatest feast. Not great fun, and so did everyone else, so the guests that did enjoy the feast increases the opinion of 5. Well, that's just for starters. My co-conspirators have fabricated evidence that Chief Savin is planning a revolt against me. I'll circulate the evidence among my vassals that will support my actions against the traitor. Seem disgraced. It's not until April you get to celebrate Nowruz. Alright, an average smuggler operation. Good. My vassals were completely fooled by the fabricated evidence of his treason. I am now free to act against him. Excelente. That means we can just put him in prison, and hopefully someone more loyal will be working for us. Well, I want this piece of land here, because it has incense. It's a valuable trade good. You're next. You can go now. Help in fighting the local bandits. I find myself touring an impoverished province when word reaches me that a band of ruffians terrorizing local farmers. I remember Zarathustra, preaching not only to live righteously, but also actively fight evil wherever one can. If I want a little more respect, hunt them down myself. Stop right there. Time to get married. Correct me. She is Saruke Dugata Narai Thiba. Then there's the last name. Ajibit. It's quite a name. It's a drop of prestige, but it'll do. I just need my spy master to be loyal to me. Saruke and Fereedun II are getting married. We can collect the roll aid duty to pay for the ceremonies. Yes, it is of everyone's concern. Even though you call me heretic, we're both ambitious. But one day, the realm can hardly function and it's not without strong contribution from the ruler's spouse. I could delegate some of the tasks rulership to my wife, thereby allowing me more time to focus on other tasks. I believe she'll do best to focus on get us closer to having more diplomacy. Even though she has a martial education for now. So matters of diplomacy and politics, every little bit helps. I just needed to get out of this appalling diplomacy. Just want people to respect me more. And that's why I'm increasing my intrigue, so it lessens the chance of a possible assassination plot. And a loyal spy master can help detect that. Unless there's other things that could help me. Get the intrigue up. I mean, excuse me, the diplomacy up. think there is. But I don't have the trade good for it. Like, stack of silk cloths. I need silk, so I could decorate the warehouse with it. That's a way to get it up. But that'll be for later. But for now, let's celebrate Nowruz. The new year is upon us. Let us celebrate the traditional Iranian fashion, the same day as the day of my marriage. The new year shall be upon us in the world of Iran, from the snow-capped Pamir Mountains to the fertile plains of Mesopotamia. Shall soon be celebrating this holiday, which has been observed since ancient times. This year, I intend to make Nowruz a spectacle to be remembered for years. Let us make the preparations. I begin first by clearing my entire residence. I have a good feeling about the upcoming new year. What is love? Huh? Today is the day, the one I've been dreading. While I kept my appearances up throughout the ceremony, a paralyzing doubt is gnawing at my soul. My new wife, Saruke, is certainly a good match, but is that all there is to it? I know people like us never marry for love. Why does Vinipat talk of such things? I fear dying without having no true love. During the following wedding feast, I feel as I am moving through a thick fog, mechanically repeating the motions, just as I've been taught. That is until I see her. Her appealing laughter and radiating smile breaks through the numbness, like a Cupid's arrow launching itself deep in my heart. Is she an answer to my prayers? You are talking about the Khanum, who's married to, the most powerful man of the region. But I cannot deny that she's attractive, and she's chaste just like me, but chastity means a lot to Hindus. But she is pregnant. Why would I see her like this? But is she the answer to my prayers? Well, I'll take a break from the dancing. I received the opportunity to converse with Lady Dilek. But you're Turkish too. Okay, just making sure. I'm not disappointed. Her wit, her beauty, her charm. I do not want this moment to end. But her husband, the Khagan's approaching. The Khagan. My wife. She resents me. I don't want Saruge to hate me more. She needs to help me out with a few issues. I better leave. Saruge's looking displeased. I do not want to make the Khagan extremely mad at me. Oh, and you call me low caste and you say rulers of Sogdiana? That's what you get for being a Hindu. I mean, look at him. He's a non-caste. Why aren't you mad at him? But I gotta get out of here. Nowruz has officially begun. I wake up in the morning full of energy and excitement. Before I do anything important, however, I first taste honey thrice, light 3 candles before speaking to anyone, ensuring good luck and ward off disease. Now that's taken care of. Time to prepare for the court ceremony. First day of Nowruz. You're welcome, Nowruz, in a lavishly decorated hall. The servants have placed silver and gold plates and vases filled to the brim with fruits and colorful flowers all throughout, and it looks beautiful. As custom has it, I'm first greeted by a court astronomer. He kisses the ground, congratulates me on the new year, and wishes me good fortune and prosperity for the coming year. Good, now let the musicians and singers come in, as we're celebrating Nowruz. My court will enjoy the entertainment, certainly, I hope. The song and music of Nowruz. All is festive and joyful as the musicians and singers come in, and my courtiers sit at their assigned locations. The highest-ranking member of the court have the right to choose whichever song I want the musicians and singers to perform first. There are many songs traditionally performed during Nowruz, and only Nowruz. After all, perhaps I'd like to hear the grand Nowruz-e-Buzorg, or the softer, more exotic Nowruz-e-Wahui, or maybe the uplifting spiritual Bad-e-Nowruzi, And then again, there's also the sweet, lovely Tak e Peruzi. Well, knowing that I am zealous to my faith, I'll say I wish to hear the soft sounds of the Nowruz al-Wahhabi. Alright, he's happy to oblige me. Hopefully we'll get to know each other a bit better. You know, he comes from Massalia. Greek Massalia. Way, way back. Back in the day. Just take a drink. I try my best to be consular actors. We certainly come up with agreement how it easy to underestimate the actually very tangible value of good stewardship. Must agree to disagree. You made a man. Keep looking. I know he's up to something. Mir Nowruzi. Ha ha! Bey Omnixgars have been crowned Emir in Nowruzi, or the Nowruzian ruler, as a fake king. After all, he's in prison. He has been given entirely fake throne, officials, and soldiers. Unfortunately, Bey Omasirakos can now only do as he wishes. With being Emir in Nowruzi, thankfully his reign will only last a few days. Well, let's see how this goes, and hopefully I'll be forced to do anything stupid. The most popular day of Nowruz is the so-called water pouring day, for it is the day of happiness and friendship amongst all. Me and my household sprinkle rose water on relatives and guests, and sprinkle on those who pass by my residence. Everyone and everything smells so pleasant. Tonight I was visited by Dilek in my dreams. When I woke up, I could still hear a velvet voice echo in my ears and feel the comforting weight of her hand in my mind. Oh, graceful angel, most pretty beauty, my heart aches for you. Oh my God. Oh my wish for... Oh no, he says Nanaya often. I said, oh my Nanaya. She's the goddess of love, isn't she? The last thing I would want is to be stressed. But if you pick up that brave trait, good. If not, that's not. I must find her before she leaves. What am I doing? Damn it! Bey almost is definitely enjoying his powers as a Nowruzi. He made me do something very embarrassing things. Things so embarrassing I want to curl up in a ball and die every time I think about them. You'll pay for this. Then again, he's expected to die very, very soon. Because he's in prison, for one. And he's got camp fever, so... why he ain't dead yet? I'd love to ransom him and get some money out of there. But the money's gonna go to... him. God dog it. Get him out. I need some money. Give me some money before he dies. His reign is the day Nowruz comes to an end. Now everyone has to rid him of the throne, beat him, and force him to flee the building. Won't this be fun? Yes! Quite fun! Violence is quite fun. This is what I get for being zealous, or something that I have against him. By the grace of Sarvana, Dilek had not yet left. I found her in the garden taking a stroll. She let me join, and soon our conversation flowed as easy and as pleasant as a leisurely summer's day. In the end, I had to profess my love. She rejected virtually, but I could tell she was moved by my words. I'll give her time. After all, she's chaste. Oh, he died right before we were able to ransom him. Now, this year's Nowruz is nothing short of exciting and fun, but alas, all good things must come to an end. The world begins to calm and settle down, and I return to my normal routine. May this year be a good one. There's your diplomacy for celebrating Nowruz. There. Now things will get better. And some will start respecting me around here again. Except for that spy master who I made him mad. A disloyal spy master can mean trouble. Oh, and also we're trying to fabricate the treason. Oh yes, the treason. I don't know what I would want to do that, but rather, well, you can't get rid of that plot. Nope. Not until you do it. But in order to ensure to keep that fluency up, despite everything that I've been doing as of late, as well as me being weary, and we got plenty of money, so if for the first time in a while in this series, let's hold a Sogdian Fair. A fair in Samarkand. This year we shall host a great fair and market in Samarkand, an opportunity for us to encourage trade and commerce in our realm. While we can hold a standard fair, there are other fairs traditional among the Sogdian peoples as well. The Fair of Mach, for instance, is where idols are sold and merchants of different religions exchange in an atmosphere of tolerance. Conversely, at the Tirma Fair, defective goods can be sold, in the name of good fun of course. And there's the Mafia Fair, where stolen or counterfeit things are sold. Obviously the stolen goods are part of the fun tradition, rather than actual theft, usually. Now let us send word to the Sogdian merchants and Sartapas, and to others along the Silk Road, that this year we will have a... well, again... well, I could lose that zealous trait. Maybe she'll resent me a little less if I were to do that. But I can't guarantee everything. Plus, Father wouldn't look at me highly if I was having sympathy for other faiths. But for now, let's just hold a normal Sogdian fair. Just to give you people, for the first time in a long time that haven't watched the Sogdian series, to know how everything works around here in the Sogdian culture. But again, you've seen me play this Bosnia twice, and you've seen, damn it, you did that to the mayor there. And, like, you've seen me as Bosnia twice in my channel, and you've seen me as Sogdian once, and this is the second time that I'm Sogdian here in this series. A Sogdian Buddhist. Kill his heir. Wait a minute, what kind of scowl kind? No. What? In fact, you just gave me an idea. You're going to want to stop that right now. Stop. You're the heir to Turan? And again, I'd rather have a Buddhist running things than a Hindu, as Hindus are strict about caste. Buddhists aren't. But the idea of being ruled by a Buddhist overlord would seem... ugh. But it's better than Hinduism. Spy on him again. Maybe I'll ask him for a privilege or two. Let's try that again. Well, that's what these concubines are for. Once we're done with the fair, begin the arrest. The fair at Samarkand is officially underway. Merchants from all over the Silk Road have come to peddle their wares, trade their goods, and exchange contacts and information. Even those who aren't merchants, be they commoners or nobles, can do some shopping or enjoy some of the festivities. The silk must flow. This reduces the revolt risk and increases the tax modifier for a very short period of time. Big time. Because of all that commotion here. Let me take a drink. The best part of these fairs is obviously the food. Since people come from all across the Silk Road, there are a lot of different cuisines. There's local boiled meats and vegetables, as well as flatbreads, pilaf, and nutty syrupy sweets, of course. But also more exotic dishes like Chinese noodles, Indian curries, and Greek baklava. I have plenty of time to try them all, so today I'll first try some maybe one day we'll get along and hopefully have children, but no need to increase the fertility. Or I may want to consider increasing that, as they tell me that Zoroastrians do not like chastity. May have to change that. So how about savory turnovers? A side cuisine. Just increase the diplomacy a little bit. It's only for about a year. Sogdian music and dance is popular in many lands, as places far away as China and Japan. During these fairs, both foreigners and natives, myself included, come to watch Sogdian musicians and dancers perform their art. Oh, I do want children, so look at how that dancer moves. She's amazing. Gets me excited and stimulated for about a year. Slaves are often sold at these fairs. Girls from a region known for their beauty are popular amongst discerning customers from places as far away as China. Today I found a most lovely young lady. She would certainly make a good consort. In case she doesn't like me any further. But it appears to be she is a military woman at heart. That's very judgmental. But I need help. She will serve me, of course, so... Again, names are random. Alright, let's see. This woman here is Ekshid. She is a Sogdian Buddhist. Lustful and attractive. Well, damn. I should have married you instead of being a slave girl, which, hey, it doesn't hurt if you have a concubine. In fact, I know this is not the religion where concubines are encouraged. Like, say, if you are of a certain pagan faith, or at least if you're a Muslim at a later time period where you got to have 2 or 3 wives. Secondary wives, I should say. Although I do admit she is pretty lovely, but... It's like, should I really make her a concubine, or... I said, you've got no children. Cannot arrange divorce because you got to pay a lot of money for it, so... Perhaps just in case if we have a falling out, alright? Then I may have to consider getting rid of her. Because I want my first child, my first son, to be a legitimate one. Not a concubine, the child of a concubine like my father. Comes from a Takarian. So, it's like, yes, I bought a slave girl, but she's not going to be a concubine as of yet. Or to be my future wife. Unfortunately, the fair in Samarkand's come to an end. Merchants are leaving elsewhere on the Silk Road, and it'll be a while before a fair of this magnitude will be held again. I'm happy you got a chance to participate in. Hope to host another one soon. Which you can immediately. Actually, no. Doesn't say. You just wait till next year. Thought you could. Or also you could take a concubine for free. Which of course, why on earth would you want to do that? Actually, there it is. You can hold a Sogdian Fair right now. If you have the money for it. But no need to do that. We gotta get back to work. Oh, he rebelled. Gotta take care of some business. We gotta put him down. That's rebellion. So therefore, treason. And then that man will be next, because I want that incense. In fact, he's depressed right now. Maybe highly amused, but all I can say is, hurry up and end your own life, will ya? Nobody loves you. I'm gonna make your life a miserable hell. You got that? She's about to give birth. I must send Dilek to assure her my ardent feelings. I have understood that a lady as such appreciates having poems dedicated to them. However, a fine fur never disappointed anyone either. My God, I'm still looking for her. But again, in case we have a falling out, I could become either stressed or a poet. But being a poet gives you more diplomacy. Permanently. So you won't have any of those issues. Oh God, I'm trying to think. If I get stressed, that means I have to get rid of it by taking a rest. Out in the countryside on a vacation. I'm gritting my teeth for this. My feelings must be no. I will write a poem. I labored throughout the evening and well into the night. However, it did pay off. The poem became even better than I hoped for. If anyone read this, there will surely be known it describes, even though I never mentioned her name. I pray that will sense my ardent feelings through this verse. I don't think my father was a poet. No, he was more of a falconer kind of guy. My dearest Lord Fereedun, I was deeply moved by your most beautiful verse. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have proven to be the most noble soul. I clearly hope you will continue to bless me with your correspondence. Your faithful friend, Dylan. I will keep writing for them for you, nice beauty. By the way, do you have a son? Nope, another daughter. You can tell, because it says husband on the side. May Nanaya curse them by having nothing but daughters. Come on, hurry up. You're going to prison. If I had more land on myself, I would have it revoked. But in actuality, replace it with a Sogdian tribal vassal. You're the traitor here. But this area you took is a rebellious province, so I don't want to have that in my conscience. Think. Think of a loyal vassal. Someone who I can give. You view me a little more positively. Oh, I forgot about that one Korean that still lives here. We need a young Sogdian noble. That's Hotanese. Oh, not that man. That's a Vietnamese. How many people are in this court? Oh, you can hold a half. You can hold a few more. Yikes, that man's an assassin. A Sogdian Buddhist and an assassin. That's doubly unfortunate. A Buddhist and an assassin. Okay. I need a noble. Oh, invite a diplomat. Someone more talented. Okay, Nali, you are going to be my new chancellors. I don't like that man. And two, you're not going to improve relations. And three, this Belek, or Mazabanen of Dashwoods will be yours. Because I don't want that land. I want that one. Because that one is normal stability. So have fun trying to govern a rebellious province. Now we gotta stop spying on a Khagan and spy on that man instead. It is another daughter. Oh, thank you, Nanaya. Curse them for their, you know. You greedy bastards. That's all I can give. Send him over there. My trusted informants tell me that Chief Absent of Kalzakum is preaching his false religion in the desert. How should I use this information? Well, I'll expose him and down to publicly give me a reason to arrest him. He's an infidel preacher. There you go. If he rebelled, he didn't. But I cannot revoke his title. Well, in this case, give me the money. Because I need to make some of them back. While we'll try to fabricate treason. Again. We did that just to improve the intrigue skill a little bit. Now that I'm a schemer. But I don't desire to be a master schemer. That's not my intention. Alright. Let's do that again. All of them who were plotted before, join up. Those that didn't, I'll pay you. But I think it would contribute very little, so that's all I would be able to do. Kondak's no longer my Moipot. That was my decision, wasn't he? Now you are my new Moipot. How'd you like to be the physician as well? Seems you're pretty good. I don't know about him. He's deceitful. I saw that. If I ever get sick, he might screw me over. I would never want to do that. Woman, my competent, Deftada. Or is that his name? Or my whole Tokshan Bod. That's the steward. He approached me to suggest I call my vassal to explain how my realm is working. Mayor Nakman thinks I could present my case and win over my vassals into my arguments. Thus, they're increasing their opinion of myself. Let's summon the vassals, which, of course, that depends on the stewardship stat and my stewardship education, which is very high in stats. I am not diligent nor patient, not just not honest. I am deceitful, unfortunately. So there's a chance I got more positive things. And as well as the stewardship stat of that man. As after all, where he comes from. Summon of vassals. This isn't going to end well. Counselor is no longer discontent. A what? An Armadian. A Zoroastrian. A Zervanist. Yikes. My wife Saruke is offered to travel to the Tang Empire on a mission to bring glory to the Sultanate or the Xanate of Sogdiana. That's a Sogdian language. Xanate is like a kingdom or something like that. Please, my lord, she says, let a humble servant stream of your relation to the Emperor of the Tang Empire. Well, if this is going to please you, all I can say is, what a brilliant idea. Go with my blessing. Hopefully you'll come back and we'll look at each other more positively. We got a long way to go in order to please him. And of course, once we're done with that treason, we're going to have to get rid of him. I received an invitation from Dilek's husband. Khagan Boomin is arranging a yearly hunting trip at his estate and would like me to join. She will surely be there. I don't know about this. He's not a happy man. Even the portrait says so. He doesn't look like he's a happy man. But I will keep praying to Nanaya to give me luck. The goddess of love hasn't failed me yet. And hopefully one day he will die and he'll be led by a local Sakan Buddhist ruler. And be ruled by a Buddhist overlord, and hopefully we don't mind between each other, despite the fact they call me infidel. But hey, we're fellow East Iranians, so not exactly foreigners. So. Oh dear. You know, my wife's away from China, so of course I'll accept. I'll do anything just for a glimpse of Dilek. This isn't gonna end well, to be real honest with you. Success! After summoning my vassals and detailing all the aspects of managing the realm, with the help of my Deftada, I was able to impart a sense of competence, and everyone felt like a valuable code on a well-oiled machinery. What well-oiled machinery do the Sogdians have the knowledge of? But anyways, it's just a saying. So there you go. Everybody loves me now. Good realm management. See? I told you the first few years weren't so bad. May have resented it at first, but you cannot deny that my father fought for all of you. For what's best for the Sogdian people. Excellent. I know we don't coexist very much. So, I'll charm her with my elegant writing as I'm a poet. Use my extensive literary knowledge to write a very flattering letter to him. Midget's shoes. No. Abiska is having an affair with a feisty goat. That lowered opinion may increase the chances for them joining up. He wrote me back, expressing how touched he was by my wonderful message about peace and friendship. Wonderful. Speaking of peace and friendship, I want to see a piece of Dilek. You know, the Khagan. Woo woo. Katun, whatever. It's the first eve of Khagan Boom's great hunt, and everyone's welcomed by a great feast. The entertainment and refreshments are superb, but I only have eyes for Dilek seated by Boomin's side. During the evening, she meets my gaze a handful of times, only to look away blushing. At least he hasn't defiled you any further. Neither to his concubines. Nope, he hasn't got there yet. Hopefully he'll die a discontent... Well, he's content. He'll die a content old man one day. And whenever we get rid of that Avar over in the desert, then assassinate him. And then maybe I could take her in and be my concubine. That's an idea. Yeah. Although that Hinduism thing isn't going to work well around here. I must seek her out after the feast. To be honest, I'm feeling a little aroused. I'm saying that in character, not me in real life. It is past midnight. I'm wandering in the halls of the keep, searching for Lilek's quarters. While she left the feast early, her husband was still drinking with his closest friends right enough. Our son went turned the corner. He's right there! Yipe! I must have gotten lost. I was looking for the privy. After all, you named me Grand Vizier and Cupbearer of your empire. Well, yeah, I was looking for the privy. Yipe! Don't want to get wounded, so send a squad of my guards. Let them do their work this time. I'm not in the mood for it. Alright, anyways, it's hunting time. I'm sulking through the underbrush, closely following by my sandhound. It seems I found a trail. And suddenly my concentration shattered by a distant woman's scream. What is happening? I must find a lady in peril. It could be Dilek. Heart beating in my chest, I sprint through the forest. Yeah. Yes, there's forests in Fergana. Within what must have been a minute, but felt like an hour. I burst through the thick foliage and entered the clearing. Before me is Dilek, kneeling on the ground, hair disheveled and horse gone. Opposite of her, just about to strike, stands a huge wolf. Oh, God. You know, I'm not that kind of guy with a high personal combat skill. Oh, crud! I'm at a dilemma here. If she gets hurt, well, it'd be very unfortunate. I'd be sad, honestly. And then that means I would be stuck with her. But if I do that, I might get maimed. I might lose a limb. I might end up a peg leg. Or lose a hand. Or he'll get my face. Or my eye. Oh, God. Just take the shot, alright? Shoot an arrow towards the wolf. My arrow sees through the air and hits the wolf straight in the eye. As the huge grey body hits the ground, Dilek turns my way. For a moment, all she could do is stare as she stumbles across the clearing and throws herself into my arms. Oh, Dilek, queen of my heart. I fall in love with her. Yep, now she is indeed my lover, despite the fact you call me low caste, wrong caste, infidel, foreigner. But at least you're well fed despite you being gluttonous, but I understand. You know, you have a daughter to take care of. But, you know, his suspicions will be confirmed soon. And it's kind of interesting that he's dedicated to Gunana, the patron deity of his as a Tigris. Way back when. That was 1,001 shot. Yeah, that's good. And you now have a lover. Alright. Huh. You know, this calls for another Sogdian Fair. Let's just have another normal one. These other ones is just only going to be for a special occasion. I mean, that fall in love thing, well, that's just whatever to me. But please save your money. You may spend something for the fair. I never thought I'd feel this way. I keep smiling for all the time for no good reason. I want to be Dilek all the time. Listen to her, feeling laughter, hold her in my arms. In fact, what's your view on your husband? Do you like him? You don't, you say. I'll pretend to be ill and visit her while her husband's away. I am laying in Dilek's warm embrace, eyes closed, doing nothing but listening to her steady heartbeat. And suddenly the perfect moment's disrupted when the door swings open, revealing the most shocked Khagan Bunin. Luckily, I'm a fast runner. Now we're bitter rivals. Now they think I'm an adulterer for... hold on. Becomes an adulterer for till July 31st. That's today. But luckily, I'm a fast runner. It should be viewed as adulteress. I mean, that can't be correct. Regarding the effects. Does it truly expire? Yes, no, maybe. Khagan Bunin's great hunt is not over. These weeks have been eventful, to say the least. After all, I'm glad to be home. You know, when she returns from China, I'm sure, I'll just say, while you were away, I had a bit of fun at the hunt. And I met a very special friend. That's all. Oh god, that man now hates me extremely. But knowing him, again, you cannot defeat him on the battlefield, but it would be wise to try to get rid of him by any means. Of course, we're trying to fabricate the treason of this guy. This goof. My training is paying off and I mastered a new level of combat skill. With enthusiasm, I look forward to what comes next. Remarkable. Improved physical endurance. The first stages of combat apprenticeship. Alright. The Fair of Samarkand is officially underway. Let's just try to have some fun. Let's just attend to your business as a Sogdian and all that. No, I can't be bothered right now. Let the locals handle themselves. Migrants in Vargana are organizing raids to target our province. Destabilize the economy with destruction. Oh dear. A small migration. Don't you dare. There is a merchant here at the fair in Samarkand who trades in precious jewels and stones. Perhaps should buy some and commission a local jeweler to make me something lovely. Currently, the gems are still on sale. Lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, diamonds from the heart of India, turquoise from all the way from China, and amber from the cold forests of the north. Doesn't matter what you want. But they say the diamonds are forever. So, diamonds, please. This will add some monthly prestige to it. The Silk Road is like the glue that binds people of different faiths and cultures. At this fair I'm meeting Manichaeans, Christians, Muslims, nature worshippers, Buddhists, Hindus from places far away as Iran, China, Russia, Egypt, Greece. There are people from every corner of the world. Talk with the foreigners to understand their ways and language. There's a very small chance of that happening. I picked up a bit of intrigue. Ah, yes. It's time for food. The best part of these fairs is obviously the food, since people come across Silk Road and there are lots of different cuisines. There's local boiled meats and vegetables, as well as flatbreads, pilaf, and nutty syrupy sweets, of course. But also more exotic dishes like Chinese noodles, Indian curries, and Greek baklava. I have plenty of time trying, so I'll try some. How about some steamed meat dumplings? Food rich in meat. Hopefully we'll hope it's another one soon, but what's gonna happen when my wife returns? The Jamshid Empire, led by Humayun, is coming up to Bactria. Do not kill. You stop right now. He has very little money. All I can say is, well, he knows what I done. Dalek's face occupies my mind during my waking hours, and my voice haunts, and her voice haunts my sleep at night. We have to be together. What should I do about her husband? I have a few ideas. As I said, most beautiful Turkish woman in the world. Or Guk Turkish if you're going to be using antiquated terminologies. Former lover. Of course he's not that attractive anymore because of gluttony and all that. But I don't care about her gluttony. And I understand we have differences regarding you being a Hindu and all that. Oh, let me think. I am not ending this episode until this whole thing is over. Well, what to think? Should I challenge him to a duel? Or appeal to his better senses? Or arrange a little hunting accident, which is assassination. But if I were to look back on all this, and my father, if he were to look at me right now, if he was here, knowing the situation I'm in, he would say, challenge that foreigner to the duel to the death. No quarter. Do it for Sogdiana. For the homeland. For Kurmazda. For all the gods. That's what he would be saying. I mean, after all, we're a lot in common. Yeah, we're a lot like in common. So I am much like my father. But there is a difference between patriotism and love. But I will challenge the Khagan to a duel to the death. Right here, right now. We settle this. If I end his life, the empire will be ruled by a Sakan Buddhist, but we will tolerate Buddhists because we Mazdans are allowed to have marriages with Buddhists. So I would highly appreciate that. And how easy the heir to that title is beyond me. Even though he will have the bare relics, even Kashgar, where he once lived there. I mean, his grandfather was the king of Kashgar. So, you will have your land back one day. You're a tall man, so let's do it. That's something my father would do, and I am like my father, but the only difference is that I am not as brave as he is. But hopefully this will prove my bravery. Challenge him to the duel. See what his response will be. If he doesn't accept, then he is a... I have received news that my lover, Dilek, is with child. I hope she will be able to persuade her husband to be a real father. Oh boy. I can only hope. But it doesn't matter now, persuasion or not. Boom in. What do you say? What say you? Fight to the death? Or no? To the filthy, weary... Salt the Fereedun II. Your filthy conduct towards my wife has brought dishonor to my name. No longer I can bear it. I accept your challenge, dog. Get your affairs in order, because I'll show you no mercy. You're the one who should be afraid, you narrow-minded infidel. And I say you're narrow-minded because you chose a wrong faith. You took up Hinduism instead of Kurmazda. Saruka finally returned to Tangapa. However, when asked about her adventures, she just mutters, mostly about poor weather and an impenetrable language barrier. I should have sent someone else instead, so whatever grace I had, which there were none, will lose it. And she might become depressed, but she got shy and all that, so it's almost like she felt kind of embarrassed. Well, Saruke, while you were gone, the Khagan is extremely mad at me. Don't ask why, but he's mad at me. And he challenged me to a duel, and then she'll be saying things like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm about to get myself into a duel to the death, so if I do not survive, well, just say that, I don't know, could have spent more time together." Also, the member of what? The Azek Order. What is that? Society that's only exclusive to Zoroastrians? I don't know. Or something totally different. Count Ibrahim of Romanov Catholic. Oh, that's all the way over there. We're rivals now, but because that's trade league related. Increase the god. The day to the duel is coming. Rebellious. Go, excuse me. God dang it. Stop. Suppress the revolts over there. Contest the rebels. This is what this is for again. If my marshals suppress the revolt and decide to a rebellious province, I can order them to fight the rebels there and increase stability to the province's rests. And how times I can do it depends on the realm's marshal. Can't keep good watch over everything. And if I do survive, this coming fall I will hold a Jashin Sadet festival. He did tell me to get my affairs in order. Here it is. The day has arrived. 2 brave hearts draw their swords, but only one of them will keep beating past sunset. Kagabuman is a worthy opponent, but today I am Fortuna's favored one. After many intense blows, I get an opening and sink my blade into his side. Rivulets as crimson blood herald my victory. Alright, Dilek, my dearest angel, I've done it. You are free. Oh joy. Well, let's hope we improve relations. So now we have a Buddhist overlord. And now he inherits this very strong army. Now he takes up that Gokturk banner, but he himself, well, Saka culture remains, but introduced Hinduism there. And if he replaces with Buddhism, fine by me. We tolerate Buddhists. He's also not bound by caste. But she now still lives in Fergana. So, what does this mean now? I've been experiencing fights and quarrels with my spouse on a regular basis. Unfortunately, all that emotional storms have been sapping my stream of consciousness, thus leading me to underperform. These quarrels are really hitting me hard. This is what happens when your spouse has a negative opinion of you. The worse the opinion, the worse the consequences. And if your spouse is patient, the event will never happen. Independently of your spouse's opinion of me. After all, two patient characters will not quarrel that much. This is for 5 years. Yep, need to get rid of her. Oh, good. Maybe we could settle that divorce, but we shall see. You approved the institution of the tolerant policy. Oh, thank you very much. And apologize for the appealing diplomacy that I have now. As I'm named Chancellor here. See if it works. Alright. He's the traitor now. Now get out of my country. And you're... One sec. Kazuya. Back to work. That's good. Now I have a peaceful province. And I have an incense workshop, another source of trade goods. All is well again. Now, I'm gonna be spying against Saruke. Need to get rid of her by any means. Don't want to assassinate her just yet. All's well that ends well. Finally, we are together. Delik and I, as it should be. As always will be. We might have encountered obstacles along the way, yet our love is stronger for it. Now that Dilek's old husband's out of the picture, we could start over and create a new life. Together. It will not always be easy. Everyone knows who will disapprove, however. At the moment does not bother me in the slightest. My fear of never experiencing true love, of dying alone, is over. I have finally I have found all I will ever need. Dilek, my kind-hearted beauty, I love you. Who's that? Well, I should have invited her to court. Actually, she is here in court. But, you know, that guy you just married, he's a depressed homosexual, so you probably want to get rid of him. And thanks to me being an apprentice trader, I can promote to trader now. We could finally use those trade goods so we could start making some real money. Okay, she is here in court. Well, now there's this guy we need to get rid of. I mean, he's not the heir to the title. Actually, he's second in line. Well, to be fair, he's the one that arranged the marriage. Turkish woman. Probably, no, former concubine, I remember now. And there's a slave girl you bought. There's her. Oh, sorry. Crap. Now, Turani, Holy War. It's for... yeah, it's a minor Holy War. That means they can only take a county. Now that she's here, we gotta get rid of her now. Midget shoes, no. She's having an affair with a feisty goat. Whatever the hell that means. For the Alliance. I'll trade her now. I could arrange a divorce just right here, right now. There's no reason to... Well, I need to raise a little bit more money. Actually, no, you can do that right now. All the hides. Oh. Like hides, wool, linen, lumber, grains. Because you got so much trade goods. Yeah, I just wanted to scheme around just a bit more. Now you can leave. But we need to get rid of that other goof. Now that she's here in court. I'm the one who impregnated her, not you. He's got some intrigue. Or alternatively, just go and murder him personally. But if you do that, that'll pick up the cruel and arbitrary traits. Don't want to do that. Fought very hard for it. Any takers? Well, there's still a few Hindus and Kurmas still remaining around. But nothing is guaranteed. Lord Mayor. It's probably not going to be enough, but give it a try. They call him the Rough. You're a rival of him? No? You just plain don't like him. Again, pretty happy the way it turned out. We found out the agitator. Together with the intelligence services, Maron was able to discover that Mazban Sadri of Harav was the mastermind of recent drop stability inside my provinces. A Persian, Zoroastrian, yikes. Double yikes. Parthian descent. Hold on, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Use intrigue and deception to punish him. So, again, because my spy master says at least 18 intrigue, plan a covert operation to cause havoc in his domain. If successful, the population of the domain will see me acting on the attack suffered as possibility. The stability will raise. Base chance of success. Or even. And all rest considered factors in luck. Factors includes operation. My intrigue stats pretty good. The Roman intrigue is high? Yes, sir. I am deceitful. And I ain't honest either. Regarding my opponent, factors influence some of this outcome. Oh, he's actually a man of intrigue. Oh, crud. But his Roman intrigue isn't better. And he is not deceitful. He is shrewd. Let's give it a try. Maybe luck will play the factor here. Oh, actually got it to this Turan. That is his son. Well, I can't accuse her of adultery for this. Uncle, what do you think you're doing? Whatever plot you are backing, I want you to stop. The tap lights are almost no more. You have ours at it again? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're getting to know each other a bit better. Well, I'm gonna kill that husband of his, gonna kill that husband of hers so she can be mine forever. But the real alternative would just go for that savior. You might as well marry her, not make her concubine. Only because, look, she's attractive and she's lustful, not chaste. And a Buddhist deal is, well, if you were to get rid of her now, you know, that thing will go away. So just do it. Just settle divorce. Get her out of here. It'll be out of your hair. You just marry her right away. There. You were expected to be a concubine, but no. You're going to be the husband. I'm going to start swaying you. And in addition, I'm going to make you the spabod. Rather interesting position because Sogdian women can be the council. Matters of diplomacy and politics. No, thank you. Ah, the mission I ordered caused instability domain, ended in Nowruz failure with several personal captures and killed. Fortunately, my plans are not good enough to overcome the agitators' defenses. Maybe it was fate after all. Aye! The courtier used to be married to father. What on earth do you think you're doing? This is one screwed up family. Stop right there. There, she's gone to Ustut. That's further west. And she's named Spabud over there. I could tell by that military uniform she's wearing. What's next? I know we don't have a lot of time left for this episode. Oh, yes. Hold the Xanate Festival. Let's end this episode with this. According to legend, Persian King Hushang discovered the secret of fire in the hollowed pass and brought it to benefit all people. We Mazdans celebrated with the Xanate Festival. It is held to honor fire and defeat the forces of darkness, frost, and cold. Send out the invitations. Try to be more positive. And try to get that diplomacy skill back up so that way things will be viewed more favorably. A festive move is near. Bonfires are being built near the temples and lakes. Fathers are taking their sons to gather wood for the pyres, while women prepare food for the festival. Whoever does not give a branch, may God not grant their wish. Soon the fires are lit. As part of the Xanate festival, the Mobads bless their communities with the Atesh Neish, the Land of Fire. As a sovereign, I'm expected to attend the ceremony in my capital. For the diplomacy, I will also honor Zoroaster with a poem, as I'm an aspiring poet for the next 5 years. Just trying to work our way back up. So she's queen now. A group of priests carry the sacred fire to the throne. My vassals follow them and are directed to their seats by the servants. Let us celebrate the glory of Ormazd. Who to spy on? Who owes you a favor? Varam Urak. You. I'm gonna spy on you. Probably gonna be one of the last few people I would be spying until I finally get down to business. The celebrations are finally over. I feast on a bountiful food while outside the bonfires have burnt out, having successfully driven away the demons of frost and cold. Soon the light of summer shall be upon us. Until next time, for the next 5 years. Should do that in the future. Okay, you know what? Let's hold one more Sogdian Fair. Just a normal one. Yeah, screw it. Let's hold one more for the end of the episode. You're going to be expanding in all directions. But whatever you do, do not attack the Ekshid Empire. They may be weak at the moment, but look at the potential vassal ally troops. Because of who's supporting them. Silk must flow. And next episode, celebrate Nowruz to get that diplomacy back up. During the fair, I've encountered 2 men, apparently in a heated argument of a religious nature. It is an uncommon sight here in Samarkand, even on days when business is slow. On the Silk Road, after all. There are many different religions, so it's not plausible that some hot-headed people take things too far. I'll just observe the theological debate and mudslinging. Maybe I could learn something from it, which, of course, I didn't. The best part of these fairs is obviously the food, since people come from all across Silk Road. Yes, what do we have for today? How about kebabs? Guess that's pretty much it for this fair. I hope to host another one in the future, as we will stop this episode right here on February 1st. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode of Sogdia, coming back in a big way after that little love story, which of course didn't end as I would had hoped, but sooner or later we gotta get rid of this guy, as people want to get rid of him, but I don't want to join in on that plot. She ought to stop that. Because we don't want more instability around here. And what else? And also, I gotta start making her feel more positive. Maybe name her apprentice trader, because she has a stewardship education, and maybe we can work together in the trade league. So maybe we'll get to know each other a little bit better. And we'll get down to more Trade League business in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.